Hi guys. Hey everybody. Today we're doing monster treats. Dun, dun, dun. So the first one we're going to do are the Monster Bars, which are Rice Krispies that we're going to dip in colored white chocolate. So we pre-microwaved our white chocolate. Do you want to cut the Rice Krispies into, like, I don't know, a couple of pieces, and they can be different shapes?
Yeah.
Or I'm sorry, different sizes. We still want them to be rectangular. And then let's try for pink. Let's try for our bowl colors. Pink, green, and blue. So we're just going, like I said, we microwaved our white chocolate, started with 30 seconds, but then I dropped it to 15 and stir in between. The danger of doing it too fast is that you will end up with chocolate, and it's called seizing. It's when it essentially starts to cook, and it's pretty nasty.
It's inedible.
It's still, well,
It's
you
hard.
can burn it to it not being edible. I've done that more than one time. So I'm just putting 1 drop of food coloring because we aren't using a ton of this. And when you are done, don't get rid of your white chocolate because we can use it on the bark, the candy bark. Oh man, this is making the... So if your chocolate does start, ours is starting to get a little bit tough. If it starts to do that, you can always put it back in the microwave for 15 seconds. I think ours is just at the line that it'll be usable, so I'm not that worried about it. All right, so that one didn't barely color at all. Oh, there we go. Okay, so you can do this 2 ways. You can just scoop this on there. If you're using a lot of white chocolate, you could dip it. So, and then there's a third way, which would be put it in a piping bag and pour it on. So the way the picture shows them, it's only like top halves.
Either way, rectangular or horizontal or rectangular.
I'm just kind of squishing the white chocolate onto my little guy like that. And then they moved out our tables because they're hoping for us to reopen soon. And so we had to do this on a different table than we're used to. Okay, so we have it about halfway up, the little guy.
Some blue.
And then you choose the different designs for the eyeballs. So, oh no, the blue completely... Why did it do that fast? That's
Maybe
weird.
because it's something
Because
with
of
blue.
the blue food
Because
coloring.
the other ones are fine.
That's super
So
weird.
these are those, I think I just picked these up at Walmart.
The regular grocery store often has them. You might have a little harder time finding them right now because it is holiday season and they're used a lot. Like you can use them on all kinds of different stuff.
So these
The
are
blue
the
one's
little
not going to be very cute.
candy eyes.
So the picture has them like where it's different sizes. Oh, you just kept yours on the one side. Mine are.
What?
Mine, I colored all the way around mine.
Oh.
And since they're monsters, you get to choose. Is it like multiple eyes?
Yeah, like this one's going to be a 3-eyed monster. So
My blue isn't working all that well.
there's a 1-eyed monster and a 2-eyed monster.
I got a 2-eyed going, but he's like kind of cockeyed, and then 5. And if you can buy the pack that has the various sizes, that's awesome. I used to have it, and I have no idea where it went. So we also have, these are also the same thing. These came from Hobby Lobby. I think they're a little more expensive, but there's also a ton of them in there. So that is, oh, you did, that's cute. You went sideways on yours.
Yeah.
So, when you come back, will you hold this up a little closer to the camera?
Yeah.
So those are the monsters. These ones are super easy. You, of course, could make your own Rice Krispie treats. I took the shortcut yesterday, and we just bought pre-made Rice Krispie treats. To be honest, they're delicious either way, so I'm not complaining. Miss Bachman's gonna demo that up there for you. Now, before our chocolate gets completely soft, we're gonna do the next one, which is the Monster Bark. So this one we're actually gonna have to refrigerate and come back to you guys a little bit later in the day and show it to you after we refrigerate it. So what this is, if you want to use the green cutting board, you can cut up some of those candy bars. We got Reese's Pieces, like the little pieces things. We have actual Reese's, Twix, Snickers, Butterfinger, and then there's those fall candies over there, and you can do the eyeballs. So we have a bowl of melted milk chocolate. I think that's both of our personal choice would be milk. You could do semi-sweet if you want to. There's no like rules on it, so do whichever kind of chocolate you want to eat.
And that we microwave in the microwave for like 30 seconds, and then you stir it, and then 30 more seconds.
Oh, you were doing 30 by 30?
Yeah, and it took only about a minute and a half for all that.
Semi-sweet chocolate I think sometimes melts a little bit, like I feel like it can take longer, but either way, just whatever you do, don't just stick it in there for like 2 minutes and walk away, because some parts will get really lava-y.
If these are all mixed up, or do you want them
If you
separate?
kind of have them separate, then we can sprinkle where we want them.
There is Butterfinger.
Okay, so I'm just taking the chocolate and I'm doing kind of a rough spread out to the edges of my cookie sheet. And so that this is going to cover the whole bottom of the cookie sheet. Like that. Then do you care if I put white chocolate in? Do you not like white chocolate?
No, it's fine with me.
I'm going to use some of this white chocolate and kind of spread it through. It's kind of seizing up, so that's kind of a bummer. So I'll just drip some drips in there. This. Do a little bit of pink in there.
So I'm just cutting up the little candy bars in like little bite-sized pieces.
And sprinkling in some of the color. I just think it'll be cool if there's some color on here. So
Especially at Halloween, it looks like Frankenstein colors. And it doesn't even have to be Halloween bark. It could be, you could do this for other holidays, or you could just do it for just to have. Oops.
yeah, I mean,
Okay, there's.
I don't feel like bark is one of those things that's specialized to a holiday. Although you can always theme it. But
So here's chopped up Butterfingers and Twix. And I'm gonna
Yay.
do
that white chocolate did not work very well, so I'm kind of covering it up.
Snickers.
So Twix. You can tell which one's Miss Bachman likes. There's so much Butterfinger.
I like all of them.
Spread this out.
This is Snickers, which is another one of my favorites.
Let's be honest, the peanut butter chocolate caramel situation,
Doesn't matter what it is, I like it.
yeah, I'm like, it all wins. That's fine by me.
So Monday, when you come and get your work, if you want to bring us some of your Halloween stash, I'd be more than happy to accept. Okay,
good
there's
plan.
that.
This is also a good way that if your mom's like, oh, you're eating too much candy, you can say, okay, Mom, let me use it for this recipe.
Yeah.
And then,
Perfect idea for after Halloween. So maybe you'll make it Monday or something.
yeah. Well, because then you don't have to go buy anything.
Exactly. Okay, and here's
Reese's.
a Reese's, and then we
Where
have.
are that's regular M&Ms and peanut butter M&Ms.
Is that for that?
Yep.
I know I'm missing something.
The Reese's Bits.
Oh, here they are.
The box of Reese's Bits. Kind of squish it a little bit guys, because
Or the
otherwise your toppings might fall off.
Or the Oreos for that?
Yeah, the Oreos can go on here too.
We have mini Oreos. We're kind of going overboard, I think.
I feel like it's getting a little crowded, but what's life if you don't, overcrowd the pan with candy and Oreos?
Exactly.
Okay, so then we're gonna stick on a couple of eyeballs because otherwise this is just candy bark and it's not Monster bark. So you can stick the eyeballs near each other so it looks like, oh, I'm dying in here. Or you could have kind of just one or two wherever. So just try and find a spot. Ours is very well loaded. So where can I even squeeze these? Because they have to be touching the chocolate or they will fall off. And so then what we're going to do, yeah, so I brought marshmallows and I brought all kinds of stuff we could have done, but it's okay. Then what we're going to do is this is going to go in the refrigerator for probably at least probably 15 minutes. I would say it's a safer bet to say half an hour. And then we will, at the end, we're going to pause the video. We'll come back and we'll show you guys. You just break it. You use a knife and kind of break it apart once the chocolate sets again. So if you want, Miss Bachman, will you peel some of those mandarins? And we can get those
for
ready.
The next one?
For our final one, which is the don't eat any more candy because you probably have a stomach ache after what we just showed you. So here's a fruit one. We're well-rounded individuals and good teachers who don't only show you candy recipes, right? Yeah, sure. So this is what our bark looks like right now. See, there's little eyeballs. I saw one the other day where they used the candy corns and made little triangles, and it looked like little turkeys. So they used pretzel sticks, candy corns, and the little eyeballs on chocolate, and it looked like little turkeys. It was really cute.
What I'm doing right now is just peeling these little mandarin oranges. These are very juicy.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, it's okay.
Into the fridge it went. So these fruit cups, you can do different fruits. We saw grapes and mandarins, and you need these thin cut or these clear plastic cups. Ours have little waves in them, but that's okay. Sorry, reaching. So I'm gonna fill mine with grapes. So the picture shows us filling.
So this one I'm gonna put oranges.
So about 2/3 of the way full. And then if you really like marshmallows, you could use 2 full-size marshmallows. If you're kind of meh about marshmallows, which I am, I like them cooked, I don't like them raw. You can cut them in half, just pull them in half, and then stick them on the outside, like so. And then finish filling the top of your cup around them. And the
Where do
Sharpies
I-
are over there.
Where do I put them?
About 2/3. And then you just stick
Do I
it
break and I break them in half?
I did, just because I don't want like, a giant mouthful of
Yeah,
marshmallow.
I'm not
So this is what it looks like right now. It's pretty full. And then in the center of my marshmallows, I'm going to draw my little eyeballs. So you're supposed to put some more mandarins or your fruit on top of it.
I'm gonna put some grapes.
But then you just draw the little eyeballs.
Whoops.
That is so cute.
They are.
Okay, so far we have our little fruit cups. These turned out so great. And then as soon as Miss Bachman's done with hers, then we'll push pause and we'll come back and we'll show you guys the bark in a little while.
I'm trying to put eyelashes on mine.
Of course, Miss Bachman's is all fancy. Mine is literally eyeballs. Oh my gosh, she made a face. Ta-da! Okay, so healthy option. Medium level healthy, because this has some cereal in it, so maybe. And then the not so healthy option we'll get to in a few minutes. See you then. Okay guys, so it's been about a half an hour, and Miss Bachman's actually in her Zoom meeting, so she's not getting to be here for this part, but our chocolate hardened. And so what we're gonna do is you're just gonna take it and break it into pieces. Like this, so that we can have little bite-sized pieces of Monster bark. Man, this whole section didn't get any eyeballs on it. But ultimately, when it's done, it will look something like this. And you'll have little Monster bark. So, again, we put all kinds of crazy toppings on ours. You can put just the stuff you like. But that's the finished product for the Monster bark. You can also go in and break it specific to a spot. So if you want just little eyeballs, like right here, that makes a perfect little face. So yeah, that is the Monster bark. Super easy. So 3 Monster treats. Again, the Monster Rice Krispies, they're so cute. The Monster Fruit Cups that are healthy, and the tasty Monster bark. You have a great week, and we'll see you later. Okay, bye.